Imagine a pompous show-off who thinks he is invincible. A scheming and cunning presence in the midst of unsuspecting and modest peers. Now imagine this insecure individual being called out and humiliated in front of everyone by the most modest and apolitical player in the circle. That one has gotta hurt. And so it has for China, because Australia has ripped a hole in its armor by simply showing Beijing the mirror. The burn has lasted a year, and Xi Jinping has still not recovered. So vengeful this red-faced dictator has become that he's willing to give up his best assets just to teach Scott Morrison a lesson. Revenge, they say, can sometimes destroy you, and that's exactly where Xi Jinping is headed. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Rohan Sachdeva, and in this video, I should tell you about how Xi Jinping is willing to give it all up only to settle scores with Australia. And it's going to prove to be very expensive for China. Let's begin. China wants to punish Australia, but the rising iron ore demand and lack of supply from Australia simply means skyrocketing iron ore prices. Chinese steel mills cannot survive without iron ore, a basic raw material in steel manufacturing. And much to China's dismay, Australia remains a world leader in iron ore mining. Even China, which wants to cut down imports from Australia, feels compelled to buy the bulk of its iron ore from the down under country. Over the past 1 year, China has imposed steep tariffs and unofficial bans on many Australian products like barley, coal and wine. But a steep rise in iron ore prices has pushed China-Australia trade to new highs. And now, Chinese President Xi Jinping wants to ban iron ore import from Australia. He also wants to cut down steel production within China, but it seems that Chinese steelmakers won't let him succeed. Make no mistake about it, China has a near monopoly in global steel production. It gives the paper dragon a strategic advantage over its adversaries, apart from fueling a huge construction industry in the communist nation that further drives economic growth. But such is Xi Jinping's desperation to punish Australia that he's ready to let the Chinese economy take a hit by cutting down steel production. At the end of last year, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology had declared that the country must resolutely reduce production below the 2020 levels. There was speculation at the time that Beijing would impose curbs on steel manufacturing, which contributed to a 5% drop in the prices of iron ore. Beijing was weaponizing the climate agenda to justify the reduction in steel manufacturing. China claimed that it wanted to reduce carbon emissions, whereas we happen to understand that the real purpose was only to hurt Australia. Yet, the steelmaking industry hasn't really gone by Beijing's script. Steel makers in China are currently enjoying huge profits due to the strong demand from the infrastructure and construction sector. Steel output in China actually spiked to 94 million tons in March, a record high since August 2020. At 3 million tons a day, the steel output is well above the daily average of 2.9 million tons in the first 2 months of the year. Meanwhile, iron ore mining from Australia shows no signs of picking up pace. Weather issues hampered iron ore output in Australia in the first quarter. Anyhow, rising demand in China and slow output of iron ore in Australia pushed iron ore prices to a 10-year high of $188 a ton on April 22nd. After that, prices did ease to $185, but that is not really any respite for Beijing. The Xi Jinping administration is irked by how steelmaking in China and iron ore imports from Australia are going against what it had planned. In April, Chinese industry regulators and the Ministry of Industry reiterated plans to reduce annual steel production. In a warning to Chinese steelmakers, they said that an investigation would be launched into excess steel manufacturing against the government's orders. Chinese steelmakers simply see no sense in slowing down production, just because their paranoid president wants to settle scores with Australia. Presently, steel production in China is a very profitable venture, given the growing demand for the product. Steel output is therefore growing at 14.4% on an annualized 3-month basis. Xi Jinping might want to cut down iron ore imports from Australia or even ban Australian iron ore altogether, but Chinese steelmakers won't let their president take the catastrophic step.